Phoenix, Arizona, October 26, 2025. Dearest Elena, remember how I was telling you about Mateo? My ex, the charming architect who could sell ice to an Eskimo? Well, things have been strange. You know how C.S. Lewis's old sermons have been rediscovered and are all the rage again? There was one that went viral a few weeks ago, something about severe punishments for narcissists. It sounded crazy at first, but watching Mateo lately, it's almost biblical. I know you're rolling your eyes from across the country, thinking I'm becoming a religious fanatic. Trust me, I'm not. But you wouldn't believe the domino effect that's been happening in Mateo's life. It started subtly. His reputation, which was built on meticulously crafted lies and exaggerations, began to crumble. Remember the Zenith Tower? His supposed masterpiece that landed him in Phoenix Architects under 40? Turns out, Juan Rodriguez, the estate broker who handled the property acquisition, discovered some serious structural flaws during a routine inspection. Juan, bless his soul, quietly informed the building owner who, in turn, launched a full investigation. It wasn't long before word got out that Mateo had knowingly cut corners, jeopardizing the whole project just to inflate his ego and his bonus. Collapse of false image. It's unfolding exactly as that sermon described. Then came the social fallout. Mateo, with his constant need for admiration, found himself suddenly alone. He used to be the life of every party, surrounded by fawning investors and colleagues. Now, people actively avoid him. I even saw him trying to charm Mrs. Peterson from the HOA, who used to hang on his every word about modernizing our community. She gave him the coldest shoulder I've ever witnessed. Social isolation and rejection, check. He can't stand not being the center of attention, Elena. It's got to be eating him alive. Last week, I ran into him at the Grind, our old coffee place. He looked terrible. Dark circles under his eyes, hands shaking. He was rambling about insomnia and creative block. He confessed, and I use that word loosely, it was more of a desperate plea for sympathy, that he couldn't focus, couldn't sleep, and that his mind was racing with anxieties he couldn't name. He's always been so in control, so composed. Now, he looks like a man on the verge of a breakdown. Mental and emotional turmoil, I almost felt sorry for him. Almost. And you won't believe this part. Remember that huge development deal he was so smug about landing, the one that would make him a multimillionaire? Gone. Poof. Apparently, some irregularities were discovered in the paperwork, things he'd overlooked in his rush to secure the contract. The investors pulled out, and the deal fell through. Just like that, his financial empire, built on sand, started to crumble. Sudden loss of power and resources. He was livid, screaming on the phone, blaming everyone but himself. It was both pathetic and satisfying to witness. Karma, right? But here's the thing, Elena, and this is what truly unnerves me. Beyond the public humiliation, the social ostracism, the mental anguish, and the financial ruin, there's something else, something deeper. A hollowness in his eyes. A sense of emptiness that chills me to the bone. It's as if he's been completely abandoned, not just by people, but by something far greater. The sermon called it spiritual abandonment and silence. He's talking about soul-searching now, but I don't believe him. I know it sounds crazy, Elena. I know that attributing all this to some divine intervention is far-fetched. But seeing it all unfold, seeing how precisely it mirrors that C.S. Lewis sermon, it's hard to ignore. Maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe it's just karma working at its own sweet time. Or maybe, just maybe, there's something else at play here. I still can't believe he hurt me the way he did, Elena. All those lies, all that manipulation, also he could feel superior. I used to lie awake at night, angry with him. But seeing him now makes me realize something. You can't escape yourself. And you can't escape the consequences of your actions. Anyway, enough about Mateo. How's that pottery class going? Send me pictures of your creations. I need something to distract me from the strange and unsettling drama that has become my ex's life. Sending you all my love. Abril. P.S. Juan, that estate broker, asked me out for coffee. I'm thinking of saying yes. He seems like a genuinely good guy. Wish me luck.